Hey, Warrior Saints. Glad to have you beautiful people in with us for today's edition of our Crucifixional live stream. Today is what in the Orthodox Church we would call the leave-taking of the Feast of the Dormition of the Theotokos. And what that means is we celebrated the feast on the 15th, and then today, it's all done. All gone. We've been feasting ever since then. What have we been feasting on? It's interesting. We talked actually on the feast day about that gospel reading that we hear that comes from Luke chapter 10. And we all know it. It talks about, Eli's going to put it up on the screen right now, talks about this scene where Martha and Mary are at home. Christ comes into their house and Martha is distracted. Mary is sitting at the feet of Christ. Martha is upset that her sister isn't helping her, that she's not getting everything going, and that she's not doing the things that she needs. And Christ corrects it at the end and says, one thing is needful, Mary has chosen the good portion. That thing that is the good portion is that sitting at the feet of the Master, sitting at the feet and being taught, learning what his word is, learning what he is teaching us to do. And Martha is distracted from that throughout the whole thing. It says Martha was distracted. She was doing all these different things. She didn't focus on Christ. We have so many things in our lives that are distracting us. It's kind of telling all the time how we get pulled in all these different directions. So Disney Plus, yesterday, Ahsoka came out. 2-hour premiere. I didn't watch it. I didn't get a chance. I really want to. I was being pulled in that direction. That's something that I would gladly have as a distraction, that I would gladly let pull me away. But the kids had to be bathed. The kids had to be fed. My daughter wanted to sit in the pool and play in the pool, and we're trying to teach her to swim a little bit. And so, like, all these other things that when I was not married, was able to just sit and do and let distract me, are no longer able to distract me. Our lives, we have those things that we need to do. And sometimes that means that we can't let those distractions distract us, even if we want them to. And the cue for us actually comes from St. Paul's letter to the Philippians. Because what is it in Philippians that he's talking about? In chapter 2, he goes at the beginning and is talking about who Christ is. And that Christ takes on flesh. There's things in there that I'm not going to get into, but the rabbit hole I want to go down right now comes to us from verse 8. Philippians chapter 2, verse 8, where he says that the Son of God was obedient even unto death. The life that Christ is teaching us, is laying out for us, the life that we are being taught, that we are called not to be distracted from, that one thing needful is to be taught by his word, to be taught what it means to be obedient even unto death, obedient to the will of God, even unto death. This is a powerful statement. It totally flips the paradigm that we so often think. We think that God took on flesh so that we could become like God. But that's not really what's happening. God took on flesh to show us what it means to be a human being, to show us what it means that sitting at the feet of the Master, when that focus is there, and when we are looking at him, and seeing what his word is, and seeing how he is teaching us to be obedient to the will of God, that even as human beings, we are able to do that. And we here at the Warrior Saint Movement are trying to do that in our lives all the time, and are trying to show you and guide you along that path with us. That's the path that we call crucifixional living, which is giving up of our own will for the will of God. So we want you to come with us. Visit us at warriorsaints.org. Check out all the things that are happening. There is a 2-step process that you will find at warriorsaints.org. The first is you can learn God's word through understanding the Bible. And the second is that you can learn how to live God's word through a 6-step process, the 6 parts of who we are as human beings, the things that make us human, how in all of those different aspects, all 6 aspects of our lives, we can learn and live God's word having learned God's word, understanding the Bible. So come along with us. Visit us at warriorsaints.org. We'll be back again tomorrow, some form, whether it's me or Father Chris. We're not sure yet. We'll find out tomorrow. Until we see you then, you keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.